Hi everyone, it's Health Coach Lisa here, bringing you relevant information to health issues today. Today I want to focus on the diet industry and talk a little bit about the problems that are inherent with it. How many times have you resolved to lose weight only to find yourself right back where you started and possibly even heavier than before you attempted to lose weight? How many times have you lost weight, kept it off for a while, but then ended up putting on the weight? How many times have you counted calories, fat grams or points? How many times have you dieted and felt so deprived and your cravings intensified? How many times have you been so disciplined only to see the scale go up instead of down? Clearly, dieting does not work. Yet Americans spend $40 billion on diet plans each year. People are desperate to lose weight, and the diet industry knows this. Good health does not come in packages. There are no shortcuts to good health. So that's part of a blog that I wrote recently. And I just want to touch a little bit more on this issue of why diets don't work. They set people up for failure. The diet industry is slick. They know that if you get you to buy the product, you're going to lose weight initially. But then you have to continue to buy the product in order to maintain that weight loss. The moment you deviate from the diet plan, you gain the weight back. Plus, usually an additional 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. So the yo-yo dieting is extremely unhealthy. It sets people up for failure. People lose weight, they gain it back, they go on another diet, they lose weight, they gain it back, plus some, they go on another diet. You get the picture. It's a vicious cycle, and it never ends. The diet industry knows that it doesn't work, and that's why they make billions. Yes, billions, $40 billion each year. That's shocking, but I believe it. Because I've seen people, friends, family members, coworkers, people that are friends of friends on diets, numerous diets. They initially have success, but then after time, they gain the weight back. They struggle to lose the weight. They go on another diet or the same diet, try a different version, and it just repeats itself. So diets do not work. People usually feel deprived. Then when they're deprived, they eat more than they should, more than they typically would if they weren't even dieting. So it doesn't work. I want to talk a little bit about what does work. Instead of wasting your precious time on dieting, spend it each day on exercise, drinking pure water. Make sure it's pure. Have a water filter. Make sure you're drinking clean water. Get plenty of sunshine. UV rays are not harmful. Okay, sun does not cause skin cancer. It's another topic for another day. But sunshine, as much of it as you can. No sunscreen. Fresh air and proper rest. Also, it's very important to be mindful while you're eating. Sit while you are eating and really take time to chew your food properly. Eat when you're hungry and stop eating when you're full. Make sure that you're properly hydrated, as many times people reach for food when in fact they're not hungry, rather they're not drinking enough water. So really taking time to be present and to be mindful when you're eating. So many of us rush through our meals because we're busy. We have hectic lives. We rush through our food. We don't chew our food properly. If you don't chew your food properly, you're not breaking down everything in the food that can actually benefit your body. You need to chew your food for everything that's nutritious in that food to be absorbed into your body, into your bloodstream. Eating in a haste is not healthy. Your body can't absorb what it's supposed to be absorbing that's beneficial from the food if you don't chew it properly. Additionally, make special note of what triggers you to eat when you're not hungry. For example, I tend to reach for food when I'm tired. Other examples of triggers include boredom and reaching for comfort food in an attempt to cope with painful emotions. We're all different, so pay attention to what your personal triggers are and make a note of it by writing it down in a journal, and then paying attention to your emotional eating patterns over time. Identifying your emotional triggers that cause you to eat when you're not hungry can be huge when it comes to addressing weight loss. So for me, fatigue, being tired is a big trigger. I will eat food that I don't need just to give me energy. It doesn't really give me energy. I need to go rest when I'm tired. So too, if people eat when they're angry, they need to deal with the emotions of the anger. Or if they're sad, they need to deal with the emotions of sadness rather than food. Food does not deal with the emotions. It just pushes, the emotions are there and then the food just pushes it down. That's why so many compulsive overeaters and food addicts are not only overweight, but they have a lot of emotional issues that are at the root of the weight problem that they're dealing with. That's another thing that the diet industry doesn't address. The diet industry only addresses the symptom, which is the body weight. It doesn't ever get to the root of why the person is overeating. So if a person is a food addict or a compulsive overeater, they not only need to lose the weight, they need to have an understanding of what is the emotion or the emotions that are underlying the reason that they are eating compulsively or eating in an addictive manner. So if you don't undergo some kind of discovery, realization of what is causing you to overeat in the first place, you're going to just repeat history. Diets don't deal with that. They don't address the underlying emotional reasons that we overeat. So that's another failure of the diet industry, is we need to get to the root of the problem. People don't eat more than they're supposed to eat for no reason. People need to discover why they're overeating. So get off the diet train. Choose to hop on the train filled with fruits and veggies, headed toward the land of abundance, with good health and happiness for all. You'll be so glad you did. You'll lose weight effortlessly and maintain this lifelong. End food cravings and food addiction, and love how you look and feel. There is no time more precious than the present, so make today the day you stop dieting and start living your life to the fullest. And one part that I missed earlier, the answer to the dieting is very simple. Eliminate processed foods. So if it's in a box, it's in a jar, it's in a can, it has an expiration date on it. Had a little lady last night at the grocery store. I was buying my produce and she was so sweet. She came over and she said, "Can you tell me what the expiration date is on this applesauce?" And it was packaged applesauce. It wasn't fresh. And I said, "Oh, the expiration date is January of the year 2017. She was happy. I said, "Well, I don't really see it as a good thing. Actually, if the expiration date is a long way away, my feeling about it is that food inside that package is not super fresh. It has a lot of preservatives and additives and chemicals put in it to preserve it here on the shelf for a very long time. I would much rather go for something fresh that is going to go bad in my fridge or on my counter in the next week or two than something that has an expiration date into the year 2017. She looked a little surprised. I said, "Nah, look at my cart. All produce. There's no expiration dates on what I buy." So back to my point. Don't buy stuff with expiration dates in boxes, cans, jars, packages. Buy fresh fruits and veggies. Yes, you'll lose some. They're going to go bad. That's the point. They're raw, living foods. And they will go bad. And that's okay. Because when you eat them, you know that they're alive and they're fresh and they're giving you life nutrients. When they're bad, it's time to get rid of them. It's fine. You're going to lose a little bit of produce, but at least you're eating fresh food, not packaged, processed food. So 2 things that I suggest for people to get rid of right away: anything with white sugar in it, refined sugar. 2, Anything with flour. Bread is really bad. No nutritional value. White flour, white sugar, refined sugar, get rid of all of those processed foods. Go healthy, fresh, organic fruits and vegetables. And I stress organic, so there's no chemicals in them. So the processed foods and then the animal products. Get rid of the animal products. Get rid of the beef, the chicken, the pork, the fish, the cheese, the dairy, the eggs, all the animal products. If it has a face or it came from a face, don't eat it. Not healthy. Related to cardiovascular disease, cancer, and so many other degenerative diseases. We know now that eating meat and animal products is not healthy. So that would be number 2. Processed foods, 1. Number 2, get rid of the animal products. Eat a diet full of organic fruits and vegetables. Legumes, if you're still doing some cooked foods, you can also do raw sprouted nuts and seeds and beans. But if you're doing cooked, you can do some beans, grains. I'd watch the grains. I wouldn't do too much grains. I would do maybe brown rice, not white. Maybe potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams have more nutritional value than a white potato. Nuts are good. Any kind of nuts. Walnuts, almonds, cashews, seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, any of the seeds. Stop calorie restricting, as this method doesn't work in the long run. Counting calories never works. Never. Trust me, I've been there, I've done it. Counting calories does not work. Shift your focus from quantity to quality instead, and you'll be much healthier and happier for having done so. So don't count calories. Don't count calories. Don't count fat grams. Don't count anything. Don't measure your food. Don't count anything. Don't weigh your food. I used to do that. I used to weigh my food, count my calories, count my points, count my fat grams. Trust me, don't go there. Just don't do it. There's no use. It doesn't work. Instead of focusing on the quantity, focus on the quality. So, scrap counting anything or weighing anything. Go for quality, top quality, organic, fresh produce, vegetables, fruit, nuts and seeds. If you're doing a cooked diet, that's a good place to start after you've eliminated all the animal products and processed foods. And there are some suggestions I'll give you as a place to start. I would watch Forks Over Knives. Very helpful. 90-minute, I think it's 90, maybe a little longer, DVD on what to focus on in terms of a plant-based whole foods diet. It's a really good place to start if you're just getting rid of processed foods, if you're just getting rid of the animal products and you want to do a vegan diet or a plant-based diet, but you're not ready to go completely raw. It's a very good way to start. And along with the DVD, I have here the book, Forks Over Knives, and also the cookbook with over 300 recipes. Forks Over Knives, can you see it? I don't know if you can see. Okay. So, very, very good place to start. Good starting point. Also, another recommendation for a starting point. You want recipes, you want ideas. This book is really good. I really recommend it. Dr. Joel Fuhrman's Eat to Live. He has written several books, but I like this one the best. I don't know if you can see that. Eat to Live. Okay. Eat to Live. Good. His acronym is GOMS. Greens, onions, mushrooms, beans, berries, and seeds. GOMS. G-bombs. And it's so easy to remember. My daughter's friends remember GOMS, G-bombs. Greens, onions, mushrooms, beans, berries, and seeds. Great place to start if you're still doing cooked food. Try not to do too much cooked. Try to do more raw. Eventually, you can get to 100% raw or close to it, maybe 80-90%, where you're doing some cooked, but almost all raw fruits and vegetables in their original nutritional state. So nothing's lost. No enzymes are ruined in the cooking process. And recipes for cooked vegan or cooked plant-based in Dr. Furman's Eat to Live cookbook. There's 200 delicious recipes in his Eat to Live, you can see it, cookbook. Another great place to start. All these are good recommendations because you can't just say to someone, okay, get rid of processed food, get rid of animal products, if you don't give someone an idea of where to start. Those are great starting points. Later I'll talk a little bit more about raw foods and how to transition to raw. But for now, I think cooked foods, plant-based, vegan meals, if you're just trying to get off the standard American diet of a lot of processed foods and animal products, it's a great starting point. And it will get you well on your way to losing weight, to keeping the weight off, to looking great, feeling great, reversing some health problems, preventing future health problems. There's so much to gain, and your weight will literally melt off your body, and you won't have to be on any diet whatsoever, not the rest of your life. Promise. Okay, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a family member or a friend. And also check out my website, www.lisapapanetti.com, for more ideas on healthy living, food, meditation, psychological aspects to well-being, exercise, sleep, fresh air, sun, and so much more. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Until next time, please remember, your health is your wealth.